So this effort has to be made over and over again. At first, it's quite unnerving to discover how easily we can be distracted. But if we repeat the effort over and over again, we gradually find that we affect our patterns of association and also increase our powers of concentration. There's one very important way we need to make this effort. Nowadays, the atmosphere of ideas in which we live is very busy. Messages bombard us from all sides, and not all of them are very healthy. On television and radio, we're asked to buy far more than we can afford, and the news is always full of doom and disaster. To protect ourselves, we learn to ignore a great deal of it so that we're not overwhelmed. But unfortunately, we can also inadvertently ignore the beauty and blessings of life as well. So we must learn to be selective and to reinforce the positive, beautiful messages in our lives so that we nourish the positive and beautiful in ourselves. As we pay attention to the goodness in the outside world, we strengthen it within ourselves. It's also useful to phrase things positively, to use optimistic language whenever possible. I don't mean that we should ignore difficulties or problems, but that we should always look towards the solution, not the negativity. If we use positive words to ourselves and others, we are more likely to receive positive words and messages from them. Try to avoid putting people down or putting yourself down. If you want, you can make a game of cleaning up your language. Do it by yourself or with a friend. Watch out for negative phrases like I can't, or I shouldn't, or I'll never, or I'm just not very good, or starting sentences with but or no. Whenever you hear yourself or a friend use a phrase like that, stop and rephrase it in positive terms. For example, instead of I can't do such and such, use I can learn how to do such and such. Or I haven't learned to do such and such yet. There's no fixed meaning in life except the meaning that we bring to it. So let's make your life brighter by looking at things that you've got going for you. Positive thinking becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every time we pay attention to something, we energize its presence within us. If we pay attention to negative thoughts, we just make them stronger. So they crop up more and more often. But when we pay attention to positive thoughts, we strengthen them so that they return to our consciousness more and more often. Whatever you pay attention to returns to your awareness more and more frequently. So it's vitally important to acknowledge and concentrate on your successes, great and small, and what's really healthy and rewarding around you. Remember, you always get more of what you focus on in life. Here's a way of focusing that power. These questions direct your mind to what's positive in your life, so in order to answer them, you have to experience some of the good feelings that go with the answer. Every morning, ask yourself, what do I feel happiest about in my life? Who or what in my life makes me feel most loved? Who or what in my life makes me feel richest? And if you don't know the answers to these questions yet, ask yourself instead, what could I feel happiest about? Who or what in my life could make me feel richer, happier, or more confident? When you were a child, you may have seen a model railway in a shop window. The train would go round and round the window, across the front and into a tunnel, and then out of the tunnel on the other side, across the front of the window, back into the tunnel, and so on. The conscious mind is a bit like the window. We see the train of our thoughts when it crosses the front of the mind, but the train carries on out of sight and pulls whatever we've seen through the tunnel, the unconscious mind. If we put positive thoughts onto that train when we see it, when it's in our conscious mind, it will automatically take them into the unconscious mind again and again. So whenever you think of yourself, think of your successful self, and the automatic, incessant train of our thoughts will take that positive picture of yourself to your unconscious, and slowly but surely, your fundamental view of yourself will improve, and it will become natural to think of yourself as successful, competent, and confident. Another part of making room for confidence in our life is accepting that there is risk. This may sound odd at first. After all, we often wish that we had so much confidence that we could avoid risk. But confidence isn't knowledge. If we know we can do something, we don't need confidence. We can just do it. We only have confidence if we are not entirely sure, not 100% sure of success, and yet we still have a go. That's the essence of confidence. When there's no risk, there's only certainty. Confidence only comes when there's risk. So we must embrace the risk, recognize it, and realize that it has a place in your life. In fact, it is because of the risk that you can value your achievements, because you achieve them in the face of risk. This is why you can feel good about every step on your path to confidence. Each step is a risk, however small. And as you get used to having confidence, you will realize that you get used to having risks. Risks don't go away. We just learn that we can face it and deal with it. And as we do so, we become more powerful. We learn we can achieve our goals, and we become more confident. Let me show you one more thing that increases your confidence, and it's great fun as well. Think of somebody now with whom you don't feel confident. Imagine them walking in your front door. And imagine they've got a red clown's nose on their face and an orange wig on their head. Or shrink them so they're about 12 inches tall. And call to mind the way they talk. If, for example, it's an authoritarian sort of voice, "You stupid, useless person." Make them sound like Mickey Mouse. "You stupid, useless person." Oh, make them have a sexy voice. "You stupid, useless person." Really enjoy making them as ridiculous as you want and get used to this way of seeing them, even when you meet them face to face. You'll find it's great fun, and it really changes how you deal with them. It's very empowering and enjoyable to look forward to the success in our future, and the more we get used to it, the more it happens. I'd like you to close your eyes now and fantasize how things would be in an ideal world. Imagine your dreams have come true. You're doing exactly what you want to do. All around you, you can see exactly what you'd like to see. Everything you hear is perfect, and you enjoy what you feel. And as you do this, where in your body does it feel best of all? Locate the feeling and give it a color. Imagine that color glowing there within you. Now, begin to move that color all over your body and spread that fantastic feeling throughout you. Let it permeate your body. Notice how wonderful you can feel just by using your mind like this. Make sure it's around your legs and feet, stomach, chest, shoulders, arms, hands and fingers, neck and face. Make it truly brilliant. Turn up the brightness, feeling joy and energy surging within you. Now double the intensity of that color again and keep that feeling within you. Wonderful, brilliant, bright, fantastic. When you feel good and happy, your non-verbal communications put you in tune with good and happy people and help other people feel good too, so you create a warm, friendly atmosphere. With this simple exercise, you can actually affect all the world around you. Do this every day and you'll soon notice how it begins to bring out the optimism and enthusiasm in the people you mix with. Remember, happiness and excitement are contagious. So you're going to direct your attention away from comparison with others, away from the barrage of advertising which plays upon fears and insecurities, and away from negative judgments, and steer it towards a positive appreciation of the world and people around you. This inner glow will help you do that. Finally, remember to walk tall. When you've finished using this tape, get up and hold your head up in a comfortable, relaxed position on your shoulders. Let your spine support you. Imagine that a golden thread runs vertically up through your spine and straight up to the sky. and that thread supports you. Let yourself relax, safely held by that thread. This relaxed, upright stance is the natural position of confidence, and it will soon be as natural to you as breathing. So enjoy it. And to give you a rock-solid foundation for your confidence and power, use the hypnotic induction on the other side of this tape every day for 3 weeks, and as often as you want thereafter. Side 2 is a powerful hypnotic induction that will reinforce all the work you've done on this side and will boost confidence at every level of your mind. Whenever you want to relax deeply and totally, go somewhere where you don't have to be aware of the outside world and use side 2 to go into as deep a trance as you need to. Each time you go into trance, the effect gets stronger. So use it every day for 3 weeks. Use it, enjoy it, and you'll find that as your confidence increases day after day, you'll find yourself doing things you used to dream of. Use both sides of the tape every day until you can really feel the improvement you want.